From the Pac Northwest to Tampa Bay.
Something spooky's coming your way.
Ba-da, da, 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 da.
Ba-da, da, 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 Vamped.
Vamped. Hi, everyone. It's me, Ophelia.
And I'm Kassy.
And welcome to Vamped.
Vamped. Everyone's favorite podcast where we talk about all things vampire from the 2000s to today.
And anything else that comes up along the way.
So sit back,
relax,
and enjoy the show.
Oh my gosh, Kassy. How
Hey,
you doing?
How you
doing?
doing? How are you this fine afternoon?
Oh, I'm doing well. I am here, I'm queer, and I'm ready to talk about how vampires suck.
Boom. Love that. Right into it.
Yeah.
Loved it. Literally 5 minutes in, I was like, this is amazing. Like,
Yes.
This is hilarious.
Yes. Like, it's definitely the forgotten genre of the like scary movie vampires suck. Not another teen movie. The list goes on and on and on.
I couldn't remember if I had watched the whole thing like when it first came out, or if I had just seen like snippets of it. But with those types of movies, when I watched them when we were younger, I didn't love, but I think it's because they were like making fun of all the shit I liked. And the little sensitive baby in me was like, oh my God, this is great. But now that I've grown up a bit, I'm like, oh my God, this is hilarious.
Yes. And what I noticed watching it now is that like it is like back to back to back jokes and jabs, and some of them are just so freaking literal that it takes like a thoughtful mind, to put it nicely, to like get some of the jokes, because like some of the stuff doesn't even register if you like aren't paying attention.
Right. Well, also, I feel like they're so quick too. Like, I feel like, and that's the thing, I feel like it's like joke after joke after joke. Some of them I was like, all right, that's a lot. Like, that's a little extra.
And like cringe.
Yeah, there were definitely a few cringe-worthy moments for sure. But overall, I was like, this is hilarious.
I agree with that 1000%.
Mm-hmm.
On the topic of cringe, do you know which character I think was the most cringiest? And it kind of relates back to their inspiration from Twilight.
Who?
The girl from That's So Raven.
Oh my God, yes. Chelsea Daniels, who played like Jessica's.
Daniels. Yes, Annalisa Vanderpool.
Yes, yeah.
She was crazy and cringy.
Yeah, but like kind of in a hilarious way.
Exactly, because she was exactly like Jessica in every way, shape, and form.
Right. Well, and that's the shit, is like, it's so funny because it's basically the same movie. Like, it's basically Twilight.
Yes.
With like a tiny bit of exaggeration on it. Like, that's how ridiculous that shit is.
Yes, exactly like that, with just like the smallest bits of exaggeration that aren't even that much of an exaggeration because of how ridiculous Twilight is. Like the girl that played Bella Becca, I think it was Becca in Vampires Suck.
Yes.
Looked exactly like Kristen Stewart.
Yes.
Spoke exactly like Kristen Stewart.
Yes.
And she even breathed like Kristen Stewart did in Twilight. Edward. Yeah. And it was like good.
But I think that was totally on purpose. Like, they were like, bitch, you got to do this.
Oh my God.
Like, here's your moment to shine. Let's go.
And I loved every minute of it. It was great.
Yeah.
And the
also, what I found hilarious was the dad from Wizards of Waverly Place was also in it.
Yes, and he was like a jiu-jitsu master.
Yes, and they had like an Easter egg or whatever, or like a circle back to. They totally mentioned Wizards of Waverly Place in the movie too. I don't know if you got that.
Oh my gosh, no, I didn't catch that. See, that's like how witty it is.
Yeah,
Wizards of Waverly Place, though. Oh my God,
takes you back, right?
Yes, I loved that show. so much,
We
but
stand Selena Gomez.
love her. Love her, love her. But
Mhm.
following the trend of Ophelia not finishing things, do you
Oh
know what I
yeah,
didn't finish?
same.
But
Wizards
like
of
it's
Waverly
good.
Place,
Like who
same.
wins? Who wins the family wizard?
See that I don't know.
I don't know either.
I could
Selena
see it being.
Gomez,
See, I was like, I could see it being Jake T. Austin's character. What was his name?
Max.
Max.
Mhm.
Also, like he got kicked off of Foster's. Did you know that?
Girl, that's when I stopped watching Fosters.
Same. Same.
They like bring in this
Speaking of
big
not
ol'
finishing shit.
yeah, they bring in this big old Latino boy that's like all muscular and buff and like 7 feet tall.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
that's
who the fuck is that?
Noah Ciento.
And I was literally like, who the fuck is this? And like the moms were like, oh my God, you're back from military school. And I was like, I ain't never seen this boy before.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
Trying
I
to
got a
pass
little
him off as
heated.
Jose. I know,
Really. I
seriously.
was like, who is this? No, no, no. But that's
Yeah.
like, speaking of trying to pass off another actor, I love how in Vampire Suck, they like were like, where'd the redhead go? And then they like held up the picture of Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yep. That was
It was like,
hilarious. I
oh,
died.
they replaced her halfway through. And I was like, ah!
Yeah.
I was like, I just noticed that last week. So it's like the
Yeah.
little things.
But it's so funny.
So funny. And like,
Also, go ahead.
I was going to say, and the characters and the actors in that movie are like surprisingly well-known actors or like medium known actors. Like the one girl who played Victoria's counterpart. I love
Yes.
her.
She's in so much good. She's
So
in
much
Vampire
stuff.
Diaries.
Yes, she is. And remember how, like, for the longest time, I don't know if you were part of this, but like, I definitely was dumb when I watched John Tucker and thought she was Sophia Bush. So then when I watched Vampire Diaries, I was like, oh my God, it's Sophia Bush. And then I watched The Uninvited and I was like, oh my God, it's Sophia Bush. And then I watched The Vampires Suck and I was like, gosh, Sophia Bush is having a really good career. Later, I find out that her name is not Sophia Bush.
No.
Sophia Bush was the other girl in John Tucker that was like gothy.
Yes, who's in One Tree Hill.
Yes.
Yes.
But I still love Sophia Bush. Not
Yep.
the real Sophia Bush. This Sophia Bush.
What is that actor? What is this actress's name? I don't even know, to be honest.
Annabelle, Ariel,
Okay.
Ariel. Starts
Close
with an
enough,
A.
I guess.
I love her though.
Yeah, she's great. Also, oh my God, another part that died was that dude when he had the munchies and he was like, oh, you want some hot Cheetos? I was like,
Oh my God.
God.
Yes,
Too
yes.
funny.
And then some of the stuff that like wouldn't fly today was like the Laurent's character, the French
there was
man, Haitian man, Jamaican
parts.
man, putting hot sauce on everything.
Yeah, that was also the fact that he was like the stoner of the group. There were definitely some problematic parts. Also, what is his name? Ken Jong,
Doctor. Yes. I know who from
Masked
Masked Singer.
Yes, his character is also a little bit problematic.
Oh, his character was very rough, but they got the Volturi perfect.
That's very true. But yeah, also I'm curious. So with those movies like Epic Movie and Vampire Suck and all that, do they have to get the rights or something? Or do they like change up a little bit? Because it was basically Twilight / New Moon / Eclipse. You know what I mean?
Yes. I personally feel like they take enough of the changes and enough of the plot from the original movie to where they like can get away with it, but I'm sure they have to like either have a massive legal team on hand so they don't get some cease and desists, or they get like prior approval. Like for all I know, Warner Brothers and the whatever studio did Twilight, we'll say Warner Brothers, we'll say I think it was Summit. We'll say like Summit and Summit. So like they probably like intertwine, and like as they're making Twilight, they're like, oh, everybody likes Twilight. But then for the like everybody that hates Twilight, that's where these movies are for. So like I feel like they're two halves of a whole, much like Team Edward and Team Jacob. Like,
oh my God.
there's
Also,
50-50
that
for each of
shit
them.
was so funny. Like that,
Yes, yes, yes.
honestly, that was my favorite part. The ending of that movie was so funny.
I know. Spoiler alert, but like not even.
Not
Not
even.
even.
At that point, this shit came out in like 2016. If you haven't seen it yet, fuck off.
Really. Or go watch it right now. It's on
Right.
Amazon Prime. Rent it for $3.99.
$3. Yeah, just pause and then come back to this podcast after you've watched it.
So the
Also,
end.
yeah, the end. Okay, honestly, throughout the like whole Team Jacob, Team Edward, those girls were just so fucking funny. And then the end happens, and I just died.
Just like hit him in the head. Boom. Vampire's dead. Team Jacob won.
Dead. Yes. So into
Although
it.
In that movie, I was still Team Edward. Not gonna lie.
Fair. Although, oh my God, I'll like both Jacob, or was it Jacob and Edward still? I can't even remember.
It was names. Edward and Jacob still.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Both of them, I was like, okay, like they're pretty darn attractive.
Better than Taylor Lautner, better than Robert Pattinson. And even Daddy Charlie's replacement was,
he wasn't
personality wise, he was horrible, but like he was a looker. He wasn't up there with Daddy Charlie, but he was a looker.
No. Yeah, also that was kind of cringe. Also, I felt very uncomfortable with Jacob's dad's whole character. Like that was very uncomfortable for me.
Oh my gosh. Like that actor in general, he's funny, but like he's just like, I feel like we're overusing the word cringe, but like the characters that he plays and the makeup that he uses and the just everything about him is the definition of cringe.
Yeah, I'm like, is there a little bit of brown face in there? Or like, also he was talking with an accent that sounded like very Midwestern that I think was supposed to be like Native American, and that was like I was like, oof, like it was like kind of gross.
Yeah, we're gonna just throw that to 2009.
Okay,
because like
it can stay back in 2009.
Was Taylor Lautner Native American? I do not believe so. We'll look it up for New Moon. But I don't think he was.
No, but there's a difference between like Taylor Lautner's character and then putting on like a fake accent, like an obnoxious accent, and like
that's true,
darkening your makeup.
And with the progressiveness of the times, the like ableism of it all,
that
like
too.
Him being in a wheelchair, like that first scene where they meet and he's like pushed over in the wheelchair and him and the dad are like fighting and the wheelchair rolls down the hill.
That was also uncomfortable.
That's also uncomfortable. But fun fact for all of you that follow us on Instagram at Vamped the Podcast, I posted in our story a little survey to see what movie we were watching when Kassy and I were watching it. And the majority of people guessed vampires suck, but a few of you did not get that right, despite him getting hit in the wheelchair in the background of Edward and Bella's identical twins.
Hey.
I just had to throw that out there.
No, I love it. Yeah.
This movie though, it like definitely reintroduced me to the genre, and I kind of fell down a rabbit hole of the spoof movies. And by rabbit hole, I mean I went and watched Not Another Teen Movie, which I've seen about 500 times.
So good. I know I'm pretty sure I've seen that movie with you at least 3 times.
Because that's one of those movies that like, yes, it ages poorly, but like to compare and contrast, Not Another Teen Movie is timeless because it's just so 90s and just so bad and just amazing that like even the cringiest parts are forgivable to an extent.
I honestly haven't watched it in years, so I'd have to rewatch it to see if I agree with you. But like that's like Drop Dead Gorgeous. Have you ever watched Drop Dead Gorgeous?
I've seen bits and pieces.
Yeah, so that was like a family classic. But now like like looking back, I'm like, oof, this is a little rough. Also, Christy Alley is like hella Trump supporter, which
Oh, we
we
don't like
absolutely
her.
do not accept.
No.
Yeah, so there's just like that. But I get what you're saying. But I will have to rewatch it and I'll let you know
Okay.
what my opinions are.
And then in my rabbit hole on Amazon and Netflix and everything, when I was searching for Vampire Sucked, do you know what I found and added to my queue?
What?
That is on Amazon Prime.
What?
That you're going to be so excited about.
What?
Buffy the Vampire Slayer is on Amazon Prime and it's on Hulu.
I knew it was on Hulu, which I think, okay, so I think I do need to rewatch. Oh, except I literally cannot stand Nicholas Brendan. And this is where I need to like separate the person from the character from the show, because I work at a karaoke bar, bartend, serve, whatever, in Denver. Nicholas Brendan came in, who plays Xander in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and he came and had a party. It was like this after like Comic-Con thing.
Okay, that's cool.
Cool. I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, love Nicholas Brendan. Like he was like my high school, not high school because I was like a kid when I watched it, but like loved him.
Yes,
like
I know
loved
what you mean.
Xander. Yes. And so I was like, oh my God, like I want to be a server. Like, hell yeah, this is gonna be so exciting. And I get there. He's first of all just like a total dick, also a creep. Like his girlfriend, so he's like gotta be 40 something. His girlfriend's like my age, which at the time I was like 22, 23. Like, ew, gross, first and foremost. Second of all, he was just a total dick. Like, he took one of the light fixtures off of Invoice Box to get better lighting. Also had a $400 tab and took $20.
No.
Also was like expecting free tequila shots. Like, just so he ruined it for me. Agreed.
Unacceptable. Not okay. Like, famous people don't get to act like that just because they're famous.
No.
Especially if they're on a TV show from...
Exactly, bro. You're irrelevant. You are irrelevant.
I feel like, though, that show might get some relevance back because I'm definitely going to watch it. I will text you to find out what that character is, and I will watch him with like a glare. I'll be like, I don't like him. I don't like him.
Yes, bitch.
I'll like send you a pic every time. I'll be like, it's him.
Ew.
I don't like him.
Yep. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
But I do need to watch Buffy. And also you do too, because you've never seen it.
I know. That's why I like told you, and I was saving it to tell you now. So like to see your reaction.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And in the wittiness, literal sense of Vampires Sucked, Buffy was even in it for like 5 seconds.
That's true.
And that's what I love about
that scene was
movies.
Hilarious too.
I know, and they just take it so literal that like Buffy was literally just some like 40-year-old woman with a Sarah Michelle Gellar wig on and a pink t-shirt that said Buffy in black letters.
Yep.
And like I knew who it was. Genius. And I never saw the show. Genius.
Yeah.
So literal. So
good. So good. No, that is good. I want to watch like epic movie. I do want to watch another teen movie also.
Yes. All of those movies are just like great. They're great. And it makes you want to watch the movies that inspire them too. Like in this movie, I noticed that it was very New Moon heavy. And it makes me want to go rewatch New Moon now that I rewatched Twilight.
Right. That is also on the list. Oh, I also forgot there were many a True Blood reference as well.
Really? That makes sense because that was super popular at the same time as Twilight.
Yep. Yeah, which I just found funny because did you watch True Blood?
I only know about that one part where Alexander Skarsgård burns up in the sun, and if you watch it in slow motion on the internet, you can see his little dingling.
Oh my God, I didn't know that, but now I'm gonna have to go watch.
Quality. He's so like laying on the mountain, tanning in the sun, and then the sun comes out, and he's all like naked, and then he just starts burning into flames. That is the only scene of True Blood that I've seen. Also, spoiler alert: Alexander Skarsgård dies in True Blood.
Yeah. Also, that was like years ago. So if you haven't watched it, sorry about it.
Exactly.
But all right, I need to go finish New Moon, or I need to actually start and finish New Moon. And
Me
also
too.
watch Not Another Teen Movie. So
Me
maybe
too.
let's like save
Go
those
watch New Moon.
for next week. Yeah.
That works for me. I will watch New Moon. You will watch New Moon. I will try to finish it. We all know Ophelia doesn't finish things, but I will
Right.
finish this for you, Kassy.
Thank you. Maybe also like put on an episode of Buffy too.
Okay, I'll do Buffy. I'll do a little Buffy for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. And then thank you everyone for listening to the pod.
Yes, thank you. And we hope you enjoyed.
Be sure to subscribe to the pod and follow us on Instagram at Ophelia Oliver 00.
And at Kassy Pettit.
And also be sure to check us out on YouTube to see our amazing looks from this episode and anything else that we decide to show you.
Mm-hmm. Stay woke and remember to shine with the light from the sun.
Because this is what dreams are made of.
Bye.
Bye. And to everybody that's made it this far, please like and share this podcast with at least one friend and give us a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.